You see, this is where I begin to have a problem, right? Because I don't even have this light on, but let me turn the light on. But like, I don't have sympathy, right? I can't have sympathy. This woman is literally, she didn't take into account her daughter's need for rights. Like, is she going to want to be a grandmother someday? First of all, that's already a thing that these young kids are telling us we don't get to have as exclusive rights. Like, you don't have to be a grandmother. It's like, okay. But, like, just like, people don't realize just the simple fact of pregnancy is, it's beautiful, but it's primitive. And no matter how much of an advancement we make, um, at the end of the day, we're not God or whatever thing is happening. And only 20% is something like that. It's something like that number. Only 20% of conceived, fertilized eggs make it. So that means 80% don't make it out the womb. like, and uh, some of us are, I'm going to say fortunate, because when some people miscarry, it can be a chemical pregnancy, meaning you would never even know that you were pregnant. Like, it could be, dang, my period was like 5 days late. Oh, it's here now. And chances are that actually was like a chemical pregnancy. And so nothing needs to happen. The body flushes by itself. But then there are those other times where medical intervention is necessary. And it's because of the modern times that we're in that we get to do that. But because of the backwards times we're now in, you literally have to be with a big toe on the other side of life before a doctor feels comfortable enough to say they're trying to save your life. Before a doctor would be comfortable enough to say, now this is a life and death situation for the mother, you know. So this is not going to be an abortive practice. This is a life saving practice. And the problem with waiting until your spirit is nearly detached from you is that I've been into a lot of near death experience stories. So, what could happen is that person goes, you know what? I'm not coming back. And now you lost somebody because they got to know, from what I've heard in these NDEs, that the minute you like go to the other side, all you feel is love and no more pain. And coming back is like one of the hardest things people have to do. If this is a true thing, I'm just going to put the caveat, the asterisk on that. And so the point of that is, if you're waiting for a woman to be on death's door before she can get help, before her life matters more than the unborn, even if that unborn was non viable, that in itself is grossly inhumane. And it is in direct conflict with the messaging of pro life, because it doesn't mean pro the life of the mother. And it truly doesn't mean pro the life of the child either, because a child would need their mother. And this obsession with, and it's really funny because people are like, Handmaid's Tale, Handmaid's Tale. I'm glad people are watching a TV show, though it was a book long before. But I wrestle with this thing of like the responses to it is like, well, give your child away, give your child away. And it's like, yo, we're not dogs. And I don't even like the way people do dogs. Like, why are you spaying them? That was not their choice. Whatever. I can keep going. I just took my ADHD medicine, so we're going to go down too many loops and holes. But the whole point is her daughter should have a choice of how she gets to navigate her body and her rights. And as the poem goes, they came for one, they'll come for more. And so today it's going to be abortive rights. Today it's going to be historical context of the bad guys America has been in so many people's lives. And by America, we don't necessarily mean the entire country, duh. But we do mean the people who benefit from that, right? From Trail of Tears, these are the famous ones, but there are so many that are undocumented or untold, right? Many atrocities. America was not built on anything great. It was always built on taking. It literally is the country of Cain, if you really look at it. Um, and I want to get to that, um, but it's like I'm gearing myself up to be deaf, not literally. Hear me, God. I'm not asking for you to make me deaf literally, but to have cotton in my ears when the complaints come, because they are going to come. Like on the chopping block right away is DOE, Department of Ed. Well, guess what? There's a lot attached to that, including special needs services for children who, I don't know, have special needs, teachers, and, just so many things are attached to that. After school programs, federal regulations that are just so many things attached to DOE. About to vanish. That's the FO part of what's about to happen. And the unfortunate part of this thing is I got to find out with you, but I already knew. Because I wasn't unintelligent. I wasn't selfishly thinking of me. Unfortunately, I think of people bigger than me. Like I think of my great grandkids who are not even here. I think of what kind of life am I leaving for them. I'm not going to lie. I've had glimpses of having to run. And I have a debate with myself because I wonder how quickly will this country degrade, right? Into something comparable of his admirers. The people he admire. Let's put it. Oh, come on, medicine, work for me. But how quickly will this country degrade? And to be honest, it didn't take that long for us to get to this point. All it took was a black man becoming president. That's it. that's literally it. For us to fall to the plan of this 40-year vendetta held by the former USSR. So watching the house fall from the inside is just crazy. And then, being aware of the damage that he did in his first administration of infiltrating every department, putting in plants. Like, I felt for this administration. I was like, how do you even know who to trust? And apparently you don't. And it's just funny. Like I said, I know the complaints are coming. I know all the bitching and moaning is coming because the people who didn't vote are going to still be affected. The people who did vote, but voted for whatever reasons they voted that way, they're going to be FOing along with the rest of us. But it's like, I did my work in the group project. Why are we getting an F? I did excellent work. I did 92%. That's an A. Why are we getting an F? I even worked at the polls to do my civic duty, to be a part of the process. Why am I getting an F? And now the debate is, if we degrade that fast, will I run? And I kind of have to, because I have 11-year-old twins. I don't know. Like, I just pray it's not that dire. But with a man drunk on power and the people pulling the strings behind him, we don't know how evil it gets. But we do know they are backing right-wing Germany right now. They're backing people who want to be Heil Hitler again. And they're funding other right-wing things in different countries. They're pushing for WW3.